Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Pig Farm. This is NFL Week 4. We have a phenomenal group of bets for you today. 8 games is or 7 games plus the lock. Let's head it over to Nick to do a recap of our standings and how we've been going as a group, and then we'll move on.
Okay, so week 3, the results were in last place with 3-5 record was Johnny. Joe and I tied second place, 4-4. Joe continues his streak of being Mr. 500, which is great. And Beer still top of the leaderboard, 5-3 for week 3. So the cumulative rankings then are last place Johnny 8-16. Some room for growth there. Me 9-15. I've trended up every week. Just want to make sure that that's out there. Joe 12-12. Again, Mr. 500. And Beer 14-10.
The only winner on the show.
That's pretty.
Let's go.
The man is hot.
I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. It's. I don't know what it is. It must be
what are you
those
doing, Beer?
Must be the early mornings, like making meats. So must be that.
Yeah, his day starts at 2 a.m. So this actually goes into great. Before we get into the picks this week, I want to go around the room. And see how each individual is feeling about their picks, how the season's been going, what we can have an outlook for the future. So let's go from last place up. So Johnny, you are currently in last for now. A lot of game left. A lot of weeks left. How are you feeling about your picks? Do you think you're going to get better? You think you're staying the same? You think you're seeing the board clear? What's going on?
I feel phenomenal because now we have 3 weeks. I'm a numbers guy, and I need my sample size. And goddamn if this isn't going to trend upwards. So I'm feeling great.
That's what I like. And don't get down on yourself. Never. Bet on yourself.
Never.
Nick, how are you feeling?
I like the fact that I'm trending upward. That's good. My first week wasn't great, but I've improved every week. But I was at home this past week at my parents' house, and I was thinking, I need some sort of a good luck charm to wear or to have or to hold on these pig farms. And it just so happens I happen to find it in my childhood bedroom closet. Why don't you guys take a look at this?
Okay.
Sexy Rexy.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow.
There's a Rex Grossman Bears jersey that I got when I was in middle school. I was between Rex Grossman and Peanut Tillman. I chose Rex, which, as we all know, was a fantastic idea. So this is my new good luck charm. So things are looking up for me, I got to say.
That's what I like to hear. Pull out all the stops.
I love it.
Beer, how you feeling?
The sex cannon himself. But I feel great. I mean, personally, I think my problem is that I like to overthink things a lot. So I'm pretty good. I've been pretty good till this point about just taking if it's no brainer, just take it. Take the no brainer. Do it. And so, but a lot of times I like to overthink things. So that'll be the goal for the rest of the season is if I can stay consistent. So I feel pretty good about this board though. I feel like I'm excited for this one for sure.
I'm feeling great. 4-4, 4-4, 4-4. I haven't had a losing week. I haven't had a winning week. If you would bet with me, you would be down 10% just because of juice. But that's okay. That's okay. That's better than losing all your bets. I do feel like I've been going a little bit outlandish, like with my pick with the Colts last week. That was looking back on it, like, oh my God. I took the Jets last week, and I was like, what the hell am I doing here? So I'm doing it, going back to the basics. I'm keeping it simple, stupid. Don't overthink, but don't underthink. Go right in the middle. And I think right now, I'm going to tell you right now, I got 8 picks for you today. I am going to guarantee a 5-3, or for the rest of the year, my picks are free.
Wow.
I'm going an old Stu Finer, big cat trick. I don't charge these picks; they're free. But I'm just saying, if I go worse than 5-3, my picks for the rest of the year are free. That's how confident I am in this board right now.
Man of the people, really.
I know. Yeah, I'm doing it for you guys. So let's go to the first game. The first game is going to start off. We're going to start off with the afternoon game. So we got Chiefs at Eagles. The Chiefs are -7 favorites, and the over/under is 54. I talked about it. This was actually my lock of the week. I am going to ask, can I change my lock of the week this week, or because I said on the podcast, it's got to stick?
It's got to stick, man.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm taking the Chiefs -7 here. I don't like them to lose 3 games in a row. Eagles offense looks very bad. The Chiefs always have 2-3 games a year where their defense looks absolutely incredible. I think that Jalen Hurts isn't the real deal. I think that Tyrann Mathieu has a pick in this game. I think there's a fumble recovery. I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball. I think it might turn out to be a shootout at the very worst, but any team in a shootout, I'm going to always take the Chiefs, even though they're in last place. So I got to go with the Chiefs in this one. I think the Eagles might be a little frauds winning week 1. They beat the Falcons. Everyone's like, oh, it was bird versus bird. They won. They're not that good of a team. Yeah. So I got to go Chiefs -7. Let's go, Nick.
So I'm gonna go the over under is 54. I like the over here. Obviously the Chiefs, like you said, 1 and 2, they're looking to prove something. Patrick Mahomes is upset. Andy Reid was in the hospital. He's out now. He's doing better, but that's a rallying cry if I've ever seen one, especially when you start 1 and 2 with Super Bowl hopes. The Eagles, yeah, they're not very good, but neither is the Chiefs defense. They've given up a fair amount of points every week, and the Eagles have had some points in garbage time as well. So I like the Chiefs to score, like 5, maybe 6 touchdowns here, and then you get a couple from the Eagles, and you hit that over pretty easily. So that's what I got. Beer.
All right, so this is a hard one because the line is -7 for the Chiefs, and the Chiefs have not been covering. So I feel like, okay, so what am I going to do other than that? It's like, well, I'm not going to do Eagles +7. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, it could easily be a blowout. I could easily see that happening. So I feel like the safest thing is the over. It's like, it's going to be a shootout, Joe, like you said. Like, let's just bet the over because we're going to see some points at the very least. So I feel like that's the safest one because I think the spread's pretty big, and I don't trust Kansas City. So
it seems like if it was 6.5, the world would be on the Chiefs, but because it's a full touchdown, people are worried about the push, like of them winning just by 7. So people are like, you know what, I want there to be blood, so they're going to go off it. So I can totally see why the full 7 can scare you away from taking the spread. So I do understand that, so I don't hate those picks at all. I mean, you know me, I love an over. I've never met an over I didn't like. Except any Bears overs, because they screw me every time. Johnny, what's your take on this game? That's is your exactly bounce back game right here. Exactly redemption.
Exactly what you guys said. It's going over 54. Again, Kansas City can't cover, but we see Philly could actually put up numbers, and Kansas City is going to do it as well. And they're losing, and they're going to come in real hot. So give me the over at 54.
Okay, I love it. So we're all here for blood. We want blood. We want points. We want blood because I want them to blow them out. You know what? I'll say this. I just want the Chiefs to score 60 points. We all win. Get it on the board. First game of the day. That's what I want. All right, let's head over to the second game. The second game this week is going to be the Washington football team at the Atlanta Falcons. Washington football team is the favorite right now at -1. The over-under is 47.5. The football team defense has been the biggest shock, I think, to the football community this year, ranking 29th in the league. Coming off of being very good last year. They have Chase Young. They look to be coming into the league as a top 10, 15 defense. It's just not showing it right now. The Falcons look like they just barely got by the Giants, which is not saying much. But I'm going to do football math here. Ready? So the Giants lost to the football team by 3. They beat them by 3. The Falcons also beat them by 3. So I got to go here with whoever's getting the points in this game. So I'm going to go Falcons +1. I don't think... Yeah, no, I'm going to stick with it. Falcons +1. I think Matty Ice... him and Kyle Pitts are really picking it up right now. I think this is going to be a close game. It's going to really come down to the end. Heineke is not looking very good under center. The run game is decent, but the Falcons are actually decent against the run. I don't like them to air out the ball. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. This is probably the under bet that I would always take, but I just hate taking unders. So I'm going to go with the Falcons +1. Let's go. We'll just keep the same order. So Nick, Beer, Johnny.
Yeah, I like the Falcons here too. I was going to do transitive property just like you did, Joe. Falcons beat the Giants by 3. Football team beat the Giants by 1. Technically, they should have lost if not for an offsides and a missed field goal and everything like that. But I like the Falcons money line here. I'm not big on the +1 -1 sort of thing. There's a little bit. You got the option for the push with a +1 versus a money line, but payout on the money line here is pretty good. I think when I was looking at it earlier, it was just even money.
Yeah, +100 right now.
Yeah, +100, even money on the payout. So I like that versus -105 for the extra point. So
I like it. Beer, how about you?
So I'm going against you guys, and I said this on the podcast too. This is my lock of the week, and I have the Washington football team coming back, and I think the Falcons stink. I think they don't have a good, decent offensive identity. They have Matt Ryan, and they have Kyle Pitts, and they have an up and down Calvin Ridley, and then I don't know. Their defense is
Cordero Patterson, man. Cordero Patterson.
Sure. Yeah. Cordero Patterson. You're right. Yeah. We should, run our offense through him for sure. But no, I think Washington football team, there's more of a chance of them bouncing back from these bad couple of weeks of their defense than the Atlanta Falcons proving they're for real. So I think I'm going with Washington football team -1. I think that'll be fine. I think they'll win by a decent amount. And then that's my lock as well. So we said it on the pod. So this is a game that you said Taylor Heineke doesn't look good. I think he's growing and getting better. So
he looked terrible last game.
He did not look good last game, but
that's not like
energy.
I was being mean. It's just it's true. It went back to him being an undrafted quarterback. Like an undrafted player. It always goes like that. He had a couple good games, and it's like, why wasn't he undrafted? Then he has a bad game, and you're like, well, I could see why he wasn't drafted.
He was the backup quarterback for the St. Louis Battlehawks in the XFL. So
that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he was a dragon, it would be a different story, huh?
Yeah, exactly. If he was a dragon, well, he probably would have started if he was a dragon. Let's be real. Him versus BJ Daniels, that would have been a great QB battle for sure. But, I think all base goes back to, I believe the Washington football team's defense will bounce back. And if they bounce back, I don't think the Falcons can do anything.
I could see that. I like to think, I know it's not true, but I like to think that the full 53-man roster of the Dragons is somewhere in the NFL. I know it's not true because I looked it up, but still in my mind, if someone's like, ooh, someone got hurt, I'd be like, I know a guy. If I was the Dragons, I'd be like, no, I got a guy. Johnny, what is your play for this game?
I'm going the under because they don't have offenses. They're not fun to watch, and that's it.
Yeah,
under 47.5.
That's our play.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
This game could be 40 and it goes under. There's not a chance this over hits. Did I just? Oh, I might have did a J word right there. I might have mushed. All right, let's head over to the third game of the day. This one is going to be good. I think this is one of the highlight games in the afternoon games. The Carolina Panthers go visit Jerry's World, go on a nice fun vacation, play the Dallas Cowboys. The current line is Cowboys are favored by 4. The over-under is 51.5. Talk about another easy under. There's no way this hits. Panthers defense is way too good. I think Cowboys are the team that is going to beat up on the bad and struggle against the good teams. I think the Panthers are one of the good teams. Sam Darnold is really shown hey, if I just don't have idiots around me, I can be the quarterback that I wanted to be coming out of college. Christian McCaffrey is hurt, so that does hurt. But their backup running backs, like last year when Mike Davis came in, that line is still very good. Their run game is very good. I think that, yes, he's not Christian McCaffrey, but I think that he will be able to be a suitable backup. For that reasoning, I do think that this is a standard field goal game. So it's it's going to be a 3-point game no matter what. So I got to go with the 4 points. I love the Panthers. I think that they could continue to go. Matt Rule is a very good coach. So I got to stick with them. So I'm going to go Panthers +4 on this one. Nick.
Yeah, you were saying that you didn't like the over. I actually like it here. Boys have been scoring a lot of points, and they're going to keep slinging the ball around. And I honestly think because Christian McCaffrey's out this week, that even though they do have a good backup with Chuba Hubbard in there, I don't think they're going to be running the ball as much. Usually they would be running it through Christian McCaffrey, dinking and dunking to him, keep the clock moving. But because of that, I think they're going to be throwing the ball a lot more. Let Sam Darnold off the leash a little bit. So that's going to mean a lot more clock stoppage, a lot more long completions, and overall just a lot more points. So I like the over here, 51.5.
What'd you call him? Chubba Hubba?
Chuba Hubbard. That's his name.
That's his name.
Oh, that's his
Chubba
actual
Hubbard.
name?
That's his actual name.
Oh, I thought I did not know that, but I thought you were just saying like a Chumbawamba or like a Hubba Bubba combination, and I loved it.
You can call him Chumbawamba, but yeah, no, his name's Chuba Hubbard.
That's like his name, and Joe's over there giggling. I love it.
Well, no, did you say Hubbard or Hubba?
About that.
Chuba Hubbard. That's his name.
Oh, I thought you said Chubba Hubba.
No, sorry. I might
Well,
have.
no, it's still funny, but
Chuba Hubba.
yeah, that's still good. All right, Beer,
Yeah.
what's your play for this game?
Yeah, so I like Panthers +4, and a lot of the same reasons as you, Joe. I think we should talk about it on the podcast, but like Sam Darnold's this like comeback year, it's like it almost is like a no-brainer. Like, duh, Adam Gase is horrible. Like, no, duh, he like struggled on a really bad team. Yeah, no, I like they're a pretty good team, like you said. The defense looks solid. I think the Cowboys are very up and down, very inconsistent, but they do score a lot of points. I don't know how this game's going to go, especially without Christian McCaffrey. So I don't want to go that over/under. So I think Panthers +4 is a pretty good one. I like the Panthers. I think they can win this game, but I'll take the points. So
real quick before Johnny gives his pick, have you guys ever seen the movie A Bronx Tale?
No.
Okay. Well, basically, it's a great movie. I would highly recommend it. I'm not going to spoil anything then. But there's a character in it named Mush. And basically, there's a scene where they all go to the racetrack and they're all betting on a horse. And they're all like, this horse has got it. And then their one buddy named Mush comes down and he's betting on the same horse. And they're like, oh my God, if he bet it, there's no chance. This guy's a loser in life. He can never win. He's like, you mushed it. So they just like leave the race before it's even over just because this guy bet on it. But basically Steve is calling himself Mush. Every time he loses a bet, he like sends me the gif of them walking out of the racetrack. Steve has the Panthers +4. I know that's not a real stat, but I feel like that is a stat to bring in the game.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I still love it.
He's going to mush it.
But he might mush it.
Crap.
But it's kind of like funny if he is like a real life mush.
All right. Well, if he does mush this bet for me, I would like this data point for the next pick farm before I make a decision. I need to know specific mush.
See, you're winning. You have a winning record, so I made you do your pick. Johnny's at the bottom of the totem pole. This is when I give the stats. You can keep your original bet or whatever, but just wanted you to have that information.
Yeah, I don't change bets like some people on this podcast.
I love it. You got to change it. I think you should be able to change until you're talking about. No, I think you should be able to change a bet the entire time until we move on to the next game.
Nope.
Not unlockable.
Once you lock it in,
No.
it's locked in, dude. You're defeating the purpose.
I agree with the lock of the week. I'm just saying, like, for this, like, if I decide I like the Cowboys, I feel like I should be able to change.
Nah, none of that wishy-washy. You've been outvoted 3-1.
You make your decision and you stand by it like a man.
Like a man, exactly.
It's too hard.
All right, I'm going to go Panthers +4. Actually, Nick, I do like the over. I was close to going the over on this one just because there is some holes in both defenses. And like you said, I think they're going to be slinging the ball, but the Panthers defense it's going to come out on top a little bit more. And Dallas, there's just too many injuries on that side. So I feel better about the Carolina Panthers at +4.
I will say, so on the podcast last week, I mentioned that Steve was dead to me because of reasons that were listed on there. You guys all have Panthers +4, and he is going to mush it. And Steve, if you mush it, then you're no longer dead to me. You're like kind of dead to me, but like less so. You're like still like half alive. So,
But what if you
that's how to
lose
get
your
back
bet
in
as
my
well because he mushed us and like the Panthers don't score? See?
then he's already dead to me. He's not. He
Okay.
can't get any more better. Like
I got
so.
you might resurrect him just to kill him again, so he's more dead.
I might Frankenstein him.
I like it.
He's back alive, but like not really.
I'm about to see him in like 20 minutes, so this is great. He did tell me that he was hurt. He listened to it. He said, "Why am I dead to him?" And I said, "Well, you listened." All right, let's go to the next game. We got the Seahawks at the 49ers. The current line is 49ers -2.5. The over-under is 51.5. This is a very hard game for me. But the 49ers gave the Packers all they had. Jimmy Garoppolo came down with the last drive. I don't think he does that a lot of the times. I think they're going to be pretty deflated after that hard of a loss. The Seahawks got killed by the Vikings, so everyone's thinking, wow, the Seahawks must suck. All the money's going to be on the 49ers, and for that reason, I got to go against the general public. I'm going to take the Seahawks here +2.5.
I gotta go 49ers, especially now that the line has apparently shifted from when I was looking. Yeah, it's at 2. It was at -3 earlier. Now it's at 2.5. 49ers I thought looked really good. They just got Aaron Rodgers last week. Yeah, and now that they've it's less than a field goal difference. I mean, I think that's even better value with that. Beer.
Yeah, I'm going with the over 51.5. I could have easily gone with the 49ers, but I think the over because 49ers are starting to figure out their offense even more, and I don't like the Seattle defense. Like, I don't think they're that consistent at all. So
they're not the Legion of Boom anymore.
They are not. So like Elijah Mitchell coming back, they're going to start using Ayuk more. Hopefully, my fantasy team hopes that. And then like if they bounce back, then we're looking at a easy over at this point. So
I can see that. Johnny,
I'm also going with the over at 51.5. Wilson and Lockett have been electric for me in fantasy. And like Beer said, the 49ers are actually figuring out the offense a little bit better. So I feel good about the 51.5.
I like it. Let's move on to the doo-doo game for me. We got the Ravens going all the way to Mile High to visit the Broncos. The current line is the Ravens are -1. The over-under is 45. This couldn't be an easier pick for me. I hate Lamar Jackson. I think he's a fraud. The Ravens defense look like they got a lot of holes. I'm going to have to side with the schlong here. Teddy Bridgewater, he's going to be throwing up and down the field. I like Surtain, the rookie cornerback, to shut down anyone that he covers. And if he doesn't, Hollywood Brown will just drop the wide open passes like he does. So this couldn't be easier for me. They're going up to high altitude. Players like to struggle there. The Ravens are coming off of a bullshit win and against the Lions. It's Broncos old days. I have Broncos in a rout. I have Broncos by 15-30.
Interesting. I feel a little different on this one.
I know you do.
Last night on the podcast. So I'm taking Ravens money line. That's also my lock of the week. I think Joe's hatred of Lamar Jackson has clouded his vision of what a good football team they are. They've been coming back. They've been scoring a lot of points. Lamar Jackson, love him or hate him, can run the ball. He's throwing the ball. I mean, and I love the idea of making Joe have to bet on the Ravens this weekend with my lock of the week because that's our rule. So yeah, I gotta go with that. Beer.
I love that. Yeah, and I completely agree. I think it's Ravens -1 for sure. I think they go into Mile High, and I think they take care of business. I think they bounce back too. So, yeah, I think Ravens -1. I'm curious about this over under. Like, it's a 45 is pretty low, but I don't know about the Denver Broncos offense. So I'm going to go with Ravens -1.
The schlong right now in the last 15 starts is 10-4-1 against the spread. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Not bad.
Pretty good. All right, Johnny, what do you got?
I'm going the under at 45. I don't think the Denver Broncos are going to be able to move the ball. The Ravens, I don't know what the hell's happening there, but I mean, it's not like I hate them or love them. Indifferent. And that's how I feel about this pick too, but pretty sure it's going to be the under 45.
Okay, lock it in. Let's go to one of our two primetime games this week. So the first one we're going to cover is going to be the Buccaneers. Tom Brady coming home to meet Belichick at the door. Put the roast on this stove. Let's eat up. We got Bucks versus Patriots. They're in Foxborough. You got the Bucks are the favorite by -6.5. The over/under is 49. The Bucks are coming off of a loss to the Rams. The Rams are looking very good. Their defense really started clicking. I don't know if you've heard of Jalen Ramsey or Aaron Donald, but they seem to be pretty good at that game. Patriots are having some rookie quarterback woes. The easiest bet in the world has got to be Bucks -6.5. It's got to be. How do they not cover this? How do they not cover it? How do they not cover it?
Are you deciding? Is that you still deciding right now?
Yeah. How do they? How does Tom Brady, Timmy B, go back to Foxborough and not beat him by a touchdown? Oh, I hate this pick. But I'm gonna go Bucks -6.5. I hate this pick. Hate it.
I don't know why you hate it. I love it. I'm going Bucks -6.5 as well.
A really good bet.
All these
Seems too
commercials that are going on with like, oh, it's Tom's return to Foxborough and all this stuff, and it's a homecoming and everything like that. He's gonna go in there and kill him.
That's what he does.
The Patriots are not good. They have a rookie quarterback, like you said, who's figuring it out. Tom is, Tom, he wants to put on a show. He's gonna. They could be up 60, and he's still gonna be like, I'm throwing the ball. Like it does not matter. So Bucks in a landslide. 6.5 is nothing. Beer.
I love the 6.5, but I also really like the over, and for the same reasons of Tom Brady is going to sling the ball around and put on a damn show. I think he'll get the over by himself in his own points that he scores. So, so over 49 for sure.
Okay.
I like it.
Johnny, bring it home.
Once again, I love this bet. -6.5 Bucks. It's a homecoming. He's built for these moments, man. He's been in the situations, worse situations. He handles it like a champ. That's why he's the GOAT. Give me the buck.
We're agreeing a lot on this show, which is pretty good. All right, let's go to the last game. It is going to be the Monday Night Football game. We got the Raiders going to the Chargers. Fast turf. The current spread is the Chargers are -3.5. The Raiders +3.5. Over under 52. So let's go Nick, Beer, Johnny, and then myself. I need some time.
He needs some time. Okay, some of us come prepared to this taping of the show. Joe just doesn't, and then changes his. That's half the time the ones that he does make. So, yeah, as if waiting until Thursday to record.
That's the power of being the host, man. Let's go.
Yeah, well, you didn't have enough time. You only had until Thursday evening to figure out.
It's
all
a hard game. It's a hard game, man.
So the Raiders are 3-0. They're looking good. They've won some close games in overtime. Obviously, Chargers coming off a really nice, solid win last week against the Chiefs. Justin Herbert was slinging the ball around. So I really like the Chargers here. I don't think the Raiders are going to start 4-0. That just seems too good. And Chargers are on the up and up. So, Beer.
I like the Raiders, but I like Raiders +3.5. I don't know if they'll win, but I know that they'll keep it close. And if they're going to keep it close, then yeah, I'll take the Raiders with the off chance that they pull something out of their ass and win the game. So, I mean, if any team is going to do it this season, it's the Raiders have proved it. Like Derek Carr is like having a career season. Until they prove me wrong, we're going to keep going their way.
Johnny.
The Chargers have been electric, honestly. I never
No
saw
pun
it coming.
intended.
Herbert's looking awesome, but I mean, this one did make me nervous because the Raiders are just pulling shit out of their ass. I don't know how they're doing it. I got to stick to my gut, and LA Chargers -3.5.
See, this one's really hard for me because two of the Raiders' wins are kind of fluky. They're in overtime. The one against the Ravens, they got so lucky, which was hilarious. They're just lucky that they have an absolute imbecile at quarterback at the Ravens that fumbled the ball. Can't hold on to anything. He doesn't even have to be vaccinated because he can't catch anything. He can't catch a cold. He can't catch COVID. He's bad. For that reason, it's just too many flukes for the Raiders to be winning. I think it might be the Chargers' year. I'll take the over. Over 52. Let's root for points. When you can't decide, let's go to the O-zone. Let's just go for over 52 points. I'll tell you right now, if the Dolphins and the Raiders can hit an over, these two teams can hit the over. So I like that. So let's go to locks of the week. We've already kind of hinted at a couple of them. Mine is going to be the Chiefs -7 and -7. I just don't see them losing 3 straights. I think the Eagles suck. Philadelphia is going to be burning jerseys after this game because Mahomes is coming with that anger. He's like the Hulk. Like, don't get him angry. He's got that green eye. He's got the ripped jean shorts coming out. He's going to play to win. So that's going to be mine. Nick, give your losing lock.
Yeah. Ravens money line. I already explained pretty well why I feel about that. I will say I am on the 3 on locks this year, so it's about time for a win. But if I make Joe lose money on the Ravens, that'd be kind of funny too. So,
but that's also you losing money.
Yeah, I'm willing to do it.
My favorite part is that if we do have the lock money line, then Joe has to root for the Ravens. That'll be an interesting turn of events too. So
you're going to be rooting for Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar.
No, I already thought about it. So yes, so I do have to bet on the Ravens. But as soon as the first drive happens, I'm going to bet on the Broncos, whatever the line turns to. That's fair. That is fair. You can't tell me that's fair. What if the Ravens
that's so
score?
lame.
No, what if the Ravens?
That's
No,
lame.
We all agree it's lame.
Oh my god! But you guys like it when I did it last week with the Raiders and they won $100. So that this is okay. Yeah. Whatever. We're taking pride over money here. This is a betting show. I want integrity on this. I feel like this was just a pick in spite of me, and I didn't like it. I don't like it. You know I don't like it.
It's a good pick, man. All right, I'm going to go with my lock of the week. I'm going New Orleans Saints -7 against the New York Giants.
Is it 7 or 7.5?
Right now it's 7.
7?
Yeah. And I know
who the hell is betting the Giants?
It's a good question.
I have no idea.
I mean, somebody needs for it to go down.
It's because New Orleans has been high, low, high. Technically, this should be low this week, but I don't trust the Giants. They're not a good football team. And the Saints, they can actually score some points sometimes. So -7, lock it in.
And the defense looks really good.
Easy.
And they have a decent defense as well.
Beer, you have the football team, right?
Yes, football team -1 because the Falcons suck. That's why.
That's a good reason. I like the Falcons in that game, but that's a good reason. Like, I just think this team sucks. Like, yeah, bet them. Bet on the other side. Guys, thank you guys very much for watching. Bet with us, fade us, do whatever you got to do. Like and subscribe. Comment your locks below. Let's see how we all do together. Comment your picks too. Maybe we'll take some. You help us. We help you. Follow us on all social media, and we'll see you guys next week.